The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Sportcat's Daily Gazette. We are live on Dare Talk Radio in Australia and Radio X in Australia. And of course, on YouTube, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Trovo, Kick. I don't know. We're all over the place. But I do need a favor. I've got one favor to ask of you. I need you to come over to YouTube and find the Sportcat Show's channel and subscribe. We're almost monetized, and plus you can join in the chat. We've got all kinds of people here. Randy, he is here from Channel 12. We have Denise. Oh, yeah, there's Brenda, too. Hold on. Let me bring her back out of here. There's Brenda. Yeah, there's you.
Jackass.
Of course, we mentioned Channel 12. Brenda's in the room, obviously. Chris is here. I hope he's feeling better. Welcome, everybody. Brenda, how the hell are you?
I'm very tired. I was up most of the night, so we all know what's
Drinking
going on.
again, Brenda?
Huh?
Are you drinking again?
No. I could have. I should have. You know, I know I was up with my daughter all night long, so I don't understand the medical system in Colorado. I just don't. I don't.
Didn't you say they were just going to pack her with weed?
Yeah, something like that, because they have to get the cervix open so the baby can come out. But it's really freaking her out. She called me last night again crying. Mom, I can't stand this. I'm carrying around a dead baby. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, you just need to go to bed, honey. That's what you need to do. So they better do something, or I am going to have to go to Colorado and show my ass. I mean, it's ridiculous. Horrible. It is. It's horrible.
I want to show something here on the screen. Yeah, that is horrible. They need to. I don't know what they can do. Something. Need to do something. Yeah. Let's see. How do I? Okay, hold on. I made this last night. It's just a little promo of things. Of course, if you follow me, you know that we are always live here on Radio X in Australia. Our show is also replayed overnight from midnight to 2 a.m. on WZQR. And the Paranormal Guys shows. The Wednesday night show is replayed on the Bigfoot Radio Network out of South Carolina. And of course, you can find me Tuesdays and Thursdays spinning records on the Thin Line Rock Station. I made that yesterday just kind of on the fly because they needed something for a promo for another station. I was like, I can whip something. It's just a little something. So, but I wanted to share that since we're live on so many places, and I know to the chagrin of one of our upcoming affiliates, Channel 12, they're probably like, why when are you coming over here? We're working on it. We haven't got a plan yet. So Randy, I'm sorry. It's hectic. So, but it is what it is. We'll get it worked out. Brenda, I am so sorry for all of your family things. She needs somebody to talk to. Tell her to call Mrs. Sportcat. She went through a similar ordeal. So, of course, back in the 80s, but or was it the 90s? Shit, I don't know. I'm getting old. But
well, if you hear me snoring, just yell at me. It'll wake me up. I got both earbuds in. I'll hear
a button for that. I'll be like, Brenda.
Don't do that. You know what? I keep next to my desk. I'll think someone's coming in the house.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be good over the air. So
yeah, right.
Here, let me do this before I forget it, because we want to stay legal and damn the lawyers.
The views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette are
God.
those of the host, Glenn Sportcat Jackson.
That's me.
And do not reflect the views of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or platforms hosting the show.
That's
Yes,
true.
we
This
are.
show is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please note, satire and humor, all commentary, especially on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner. Statements made on this show should not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
Yeah, please don't do
Maybe.
anything.
Viva la Sportcat!
Professional.
Sportcat Uberales! Vive la Sportcat! Go Sportcat!
It's from our
Fans
Latino
everywhere
audience.
love the Sportcat.
You know, I picture that guy wearing a short skirt with pom-poms. I don't know why.
No, he's a podcast producer on another channel. So he got burnt out on doing this, and he's on break. So, but good guy. So, yeah, I'm tired too, and I haven't even done anything.
And it's only Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Wednesday. Well, we get a short week next week. I guess we need to address that.
Oh yeah.
We will not be here, Thursday and Friday for sure. Are we taking Wednesday off, or we're going to do Wednesday? We can probably do Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we can do Wednesday.
Okay, so we'll be here Wednesday of next week, but Thanksgiving Day here in the States, we're going to be off. Mrs. Sportcat isn't cooking because everybody is going away for Turkey Day, so ours will be over the weekend. And for some reason, she didn't take Friday off. I don't know why. So, but I'll be home alone, feet propped up, probably working.
Drinking a beer.
Yeah. Well, I got a commercial I still need to edit, and I got all kinds of things to do. And we still got to figure out a show. And if anyone that's listening watches On Patrol, which is the former Live PD, Friday night and Saturday night, and is interested in co-hosting a show, hit me up, message me, please. I prefer you have some public safety experience, but at this point, I'll take anybody with a microphone.
And Chris,
that's the show we should do on Channel 12, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Chris, wait, look at Chris. And Chris, I want to let you know he's got tiny little feet, is from what I'm supposed to understand. Someone told me.
Is he? Oh, man.
Cute, tiny little feet. I don't know what that means.
Come over and at least watch the show or listen. There's plenty. He can listen on his phone with Radio X. There's an app for that.
Yeah, I need to wake him up. He doesn't download apps to his phone.
Oh my God.
Doesn't even have Messenger on his phone. He is living in the Stone Age. And I can't hate for that. I really can't. Because there are some days I wake up and wish I could look for a phone and just push some buttons and dial and call somebody instead of that. Cell phone drives me crazy too.
Here in the near future, we're probably going to have an EMP and none of us will be here. So,
well, I think that we are in the middle of another reset. That's what's happening. This is a soft reset.
Something. Jesus Christ. Yeah. We're going to get into all that. So, and Brenda, you're on cue to remind me at 3:00 we got to check in with our friends at NASA and make fun of them.
Oh yeah.
It's 11:10 in California. Denver, it's 12:10. Randy, I don't know what the hell time it is where you are. It's 1 in Chicago. And for our dear friends in Anchorage, it's 10:10 a.m. I hope you're listening. Probably in a solar powered.
Do they even have any service? Them poor people in Alaska.
I know. Perth, well, good morning. It's 3:10. Sydney, we are your morning news, wake up and madness show. So good morning. Get to work. You're late. So yeah, there it is. Let's see here. What do we have? Well, the sun and moon have caught each other. Does that mean they're on time? So
that means they're done playing Ring Around the Frickin' Rosie.
Yeah. I wish this showed our other moon. So the sun is only 14 minutes ahead of schedule. So for your time smear, it's 14 minutes ahead of schedule. Does that mean it gets earlier 14 minutes and they're not telling us? I think they change their clocks in the middle of the night and don't tell us. So
they change a lot of things and don't tell us. Scandalous little assholes.
That's true. That's true. Well, if you went outside and looked up, There is 0% illumination on the one we call the actual moon, not the quasi moon, the mini moon, the tiny moon, the extra moon, the real moon, the one that's been approved by NASA.
Is there really a real moon?
I
give up.
Probably a Death Star.
Probably.
So you can't see it, but don't worry. By about the 23rd, it'll start peeking its head out again on the other side, but it won't be the other side of the moon. We never see the dark side of the moon. So
Alaska does.
Alaska just barely sees daylight. So they do have 3-eye atlas in here finally.
Is it wearing a skirt?
Well, here, I got something new today. I found this. I should probably bookmark this. So NASA has finally put this out, and this is what they claim that it looks like.
What?
Now, I'm gonna wait for their news story today because I have a feeling that this is gonna change. But that's what it looks like. You can zoomed in a little too much. You can it's a big rock the size of Manhattan that's like 10 billion pounds or something. So.
It was long the last time they talked about it. What, some of it broke off. I told you.
It's got 2 eyes too. So look at it. It kind of looks like a skull.
That's
doesn't
2-eye atlas, not 3. What the hell's wrong with these people? Who taught them how to count?
So yeah, that's supposedly what it looks like and where it's at in the relationship to everything else. Why doesn't it? I don't know. See, they're claiming that this is the. It's so hard to see that this is the other planets in orbit to us, or we're in orbit with them around the sun. So see, there we are, and yeah, see, it's wow, yeah. See, there's a little blue circle there. That's us. So supposedly,
that's what I say, Chris. It's a skull. Bullshitters.
So we'll drop in on NASA here in a little bit. I've got them pulled up they're going to be live in 45 minutes. I also got the house pulled up so we can hop
That's
in.
That's me, Randy.
Hear them.
To my colleagues across the aisle, I appreciate the debate, but I have to say, I thought we were going to try to fix healthcare to address
that 12-year-old up there.
Economy,
she's kind of hot.
Country back on track.
Shut up, she's 12.
That was the promise of the end of the shutdown.
She's got to be at least 18
when we came back into session.
Yet Melanie
here we
and
are,
Stansbury.
1 week after the end of.
Okay, there's that. And
yeah, I really don't want to hear that today.
The Senate, they're on break right now.
I mean, I got my laptop supposed to be being sent to me. Then I'll have 3 screens I can deal with.
Hey,
and
there you go.
If you do this today, I'm gonna punch one of the 2 I have up here. I cannot be in Congress today. They piss me off.
You and I listened to some of it, and I was kind of surprised how ghetto Congress was yesterday.
I know, right?
I could not like that. It's like I'm back downtown Atlanta. Randy says it's a flat Earth. Well, it's a flat Earth with a skull rock. So
yeah,
Chris is right. She needs to wave her arms and move around more when she talks. So
she's hoping she'll fly away. Chris, if she waves a little harder, she might get there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, Brenda, you ready for today's trivia puzzle?
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh yeah. What does even the wisest man often overlook?
Wiping his ass.
Well,
just saying.
What, Brenda? Do you have a problem with men that don't wipe their ass? Maybe you need to buy some Trump cologne. We can get it for $29.95 an ounce or something. I don't know. His nose. Chris, you have to find us better daily trivia. You are tasked with it. I'll give you a pass because I know what you did yesterday, so I'll give you a pass. Randy loves you, Brenda. So you got a fan. So there you go. Today's quote comes from Horace. He was a Rome poet. Your own safety is at stake when your neighbor's wall is ablaze. There's a lot of truth to that.
That's what happened to you yesterday.
Oh yeah, I am serious, Chris.
That
Yeah,
should have been yesterday's quote.
Chris, we need the joke of the day or something. I task you with finding that. So, what happened on November 19th, 1969? The third and fourth men walk on the moon. Pete Conrad and Alan Bean become the third and fourth men to walk upon the moon. Upon stepping upon the surface, Conrad commented, "Whoopee, man. They may have been a small one for Neil, but that's a big one for me." Neil had a never mind.
Oh my God, bunch of idiots they are.
And Randy, I did interview I should re-interview him now that we're getting more popular. The guy who got punched by Buzz Aldrin that wrote the book. There is no way in hell we went there. Elon Musk can't get us there. How the hell did we get there back in the 60s? No.
Have you heard the new cruise that's supposed to be going up there now? So excited because this is the first time we put a man in outer space. I think that he didn't realize what he said. Dumbass. He should have read the papers.
Schumer's son or grandson?
Yeah,
probably great grandson. So
he's so stupid.
Let's say in 1959, the Edsel was discontinued. I didn't know the Edsel was made by Ford. Fewer than 100,000 sold since its inception in 1957. It's one of the most famous of bureaucratic failures in the U.S. industry. I did not know Ford made it. So
why was it a fail? Why was it a failure?
Probably cost too much back then. I don't know. It's certainly not a pretty vehicle by standards, but hey, whatever. It's to each their own. So
back then they had people making motors that ran on water, and all of a sudden all their research disappears. People disappear. You're full of shit. You need to study history a little bit better than in a book.
I'm going to get the FBI visiting me. Just keep it up, Brenda.
They've already been to my house. I don't care.
I'll give them your address.
They already have it.
In 1959, they're listening. Rocky and His Friends debut on ABC. Rocket J. Rocky Squirrel's friends included Boris Badenov, I've got Natasha Fatal, and of course Bullwinkle J. Moose. What's the J stand for? It drew a large audience, even though it was a cartoon and a poorly animated one at that, even by the standards of the day. It was also one of the first cartoons whose animation was outsourced, with its storyboard shipped to a Mexican studio. One of the creators, Bill Scott, described some of the problems that arose during the production of the series. "We found out very quickly that we could not depend upon Mexican studios to produce anything of quality."
Hey, I liked Bullwinkle.
They were turning out the work very quickly, and there were all kinds of mistakes and flaws and boo-boos. They would never check. Mustache popped off, and on Boris Bullwinkle's antlers would change colors and shape. Costumes would disappear. Were they ever nude? By the time we finally saw it, it was on the air.
You know what? There was nothing wrong with those.
He was given the initial J in reference to the creator and producer Jay Ward. So there's a show for you, Randall. You need to air the Bullwinkle Show. Yeah, Chris says we got there in the 60s with the computer, the power of a 2 gigabyte thumb drive, basically. Yeah. So
okay.
And the first car made was running on steam. Fire trucks ran on steam after the horses pulled it. So just never seen a moose wanting to hang out with the squirrel. It seems unreasonable. Well, talking about the art quality, look at some of the first Simpsons. They've been on the air for 35, 36 seasons now. And they're much better. So, yeah.
So back then they had a little tism drawing the Bullwinkle. Don't make fun of it. Bullwinkle was cool.
On this day in 1956, the Edsel was announced, but in 1959 it was discontinued. So it was a 3-year run by Ford a radical new automobile and became to symbolize failure. Hey, Wendell's finally here. So,
about time.
what's he saying? Just the wrong. I'm in the Mandela effect. Just the wrong one. Just my luck. Yeah. I'm in the one where Sportcat is poor. So.
I know somewhere out there is a rich me with two legs.
I know there has to be, because I'm too smart to be dumb. So I could be president.
Who are you kidding?
I took the best psychologically, physical, mental test, and I passed with an A. So it was the best test ever. Felix the Cat. This day in 1919, lots of cartoons. The first Felix the Cat film, Feline Follies, is released. It featured Felix, then known as Master Tom, an anthropomorphic black cat with white eyes and a giant grin. Felix was the first fully realized animal character in the history of American film animation. It is one of the most recognized cartoon characters in history. More so than Mickey? I don't know about that. The very first image showed by a television studio was a toy Felix, the cat mounted to a revolving phonograph turntable. You know what that is, Brenda. By engineers as a test pattern. It was done in 1928 by NBC Studios, testing the first RCA television. All right. Here's that. 1863. Yes, we are. Hold on, catch up in the comments. Chris says, a little off topic, but I really hated it when Fred Flintstone got a new voice. It was atrocious.
Yeah, I think the original guy died.
Yeah. This day in 1863, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln delivers his famous speech. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. The speech was given during the Civil War, the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery, which is now Gettysburg. Although now considered one of American history's greatest speeches, Lincoln's detractors were critical of it, with the Chicago Times deriding it. The cheeks of every American must tingle with shame as he reads that silly, flat, and dishwatery utterances. Wow. Those people back then in Chicago still hated America. Damn,
Chris,
all the way back there.
Randy said that he can say the Gettysburg Address backwards. I'm impressed because I can't even say my freaking name backwards. So you're doing good.
we all had to read it and study it in school, but god dang, that was a lifetime ago. So the jeans ad. There was a jeans ad banned in 1980. Why was a jeans ad banned? That makes no sense. It was banned. CBS bans a Calvin Klein jeans television ad featuring, here we go, 15-year-old Brooke Shields. That's too suggestive. The ad features Shields saying, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing."
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. Well,
that was
interesting. We've always had sexy jeans. What the hell is going on outside?
What?
I don't know. There's trucks shooting at people or something. I don't know.
All right.
Down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
No. You know what I get to say.
Man, shut up and get naked.
That's it. Wait. Oh, she was 15. Disregard. First color newspaper supplement on this day in 1893. And went right to the trash. In the New York World. I get these things in the mail. As I'm walking from the mailbox to the trash can, it's like, all right, straight to the trash.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I don't have to sign for whatever package that is, because I can't leave. So, and Chris says Brooke Shields in Blue Lagoon was a step in the Epstein direction too. Correct.
I think it came from that. Honestly, that's been around a long time.
I was going to say it was probably before that. And you know, there's somebody else now that there's not Epstein. There's, you know, some guy named Bob or something. I don't know. That's
whoever took over the island after Epstein. Yeah. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, on that note, there's another guy, our girl. So
on that note, you carry on. I'm gonna have a Mod Talk chocolate chip cookie just because.
Oh, well, you enjoy that. Today is James A. Garfield, president, his birthday. You might know him. He was born in 1831 and was the 20th president of the United States. He was assassinated by Charles Guite, who shot and mortally wounded Garfield at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. Guite believed that he deserved an appointed position due to his support of Garfield's presidential campaign, feeling that he was largely responsible for Garfield's victory, angry that Garfield rejected his requests, and believing that God told him to kill Garfield so that Chester A. Arthur would become president.
Dude, that wasn't God.
He eventually died from the wound. He was apprehended at the shooting, was tried and hung for his crime. We need to bring that back. So, when Guite was purchasing the gun for the assassination, he chose one with pearl handles because he thought it would look better in the museum.
Oh,
ironically, that gun has been lost.
Of course. And Wendell has just admitted that he used to live under Jodie Foster's porch too.
Well, she was born this day in 1962, so hopefully he started doing this when she was legal. So she starred in Taxi Driver, The Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane, Silence of the Lambs. She made her acting debut at 3 for Copper Tan Suntan. Was that the one where they showed her butt? But
yes.
Okay, Wendell, hold on a minute. You got to remember this. Hinckley became obsessed with her after watching Taxi Driver. And his led to an assassination attempt on President Ronald Reagan to impress her. So
when he shot him in the ass.
So he shot Reagan in the lung. He was lung shot with a 22, wasn't it?
I think it went up through his ass.
I don't know. An agent took a shot for him. Calvin Klein was born this day in 1942. Dan Haggerty, remember him from Grizzly Adams? That was Grizzly Adams. So I didn't know this. He also helped build bikes on Easy Rider. Ted Turner, Ted Turner. He was born this day in 1938. He owned Turner Broadcasting, cable news network, and the Atlanta Braves, and the Hawks, too, as well. Dick Cavett, he was born this day in 1936. Larry King.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, he was born in 1933. We all know who Larry King is.
Yes, we
Roy Campanella. Hey, what I liked about it was he wanted an interview, he got it. It was never an issue, you know, and sometimes I fight for interviews. Randy, I still need a stripper and a sex worker. Hook me up. Roy
oh my God.
was born this day. American Baseball Hall of Famer, MVP, played first Major League Baseball games when the teams were the majority of black players. Jean Tierney, she was an actress. She was born this day in 1920. Gandhi, Prime Minister of India. Indira Nehru Gandhi was born this day, 1917. She was killed by 2 of her own bodyguards. 4 months earlier, she had ordered the attack on the Golden Temple at Amritsar, the 6th holiest shrine. Hundreds were killed in the attacks. The bodyguards who killed her were also, is it 6 or 6? What?
I thought Gandhi was a dude.
Well, I think there was more than one Gandhi.
Well, you just screwed me all up.
Well, listen, you're in a Mandela effect. Tommy Dorsey, you remember him? Big Band. He was born this day in 1905. Trevor Barnett, the life and legend of Wyatt Earp. That's an old show. Was born this day in 1902. And Charles I, the King of Scotland and Ireland, He was convicted of treason by Parliament and beheaded. In 1632,
Bring that back.
Charles I granted Lord Baltimore a colonial charter naming the colony after Charles, his wife, Henrietta Marie. The colony became the U.S. state of Maryland and has been screwed up ever since.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
We should bring back the guillotines.
That's where one of my little sport cats is. He's in Baltimore for some secret squirrel mission. I don't know. So he didn't even tell us. He just appeared there.
Look at that face. I said, did you see that face?
Oh, yeah, I went by. Chris says the president with the initials JAG will catch so much shit in media today if he was from the wrong party. Yeah, exactly. Wendell says he was born in 61. Are we giving out birthdays? All right. So
Wendell was born in 41. Don't listen to him.
You can't trust him. So let's skip forward a little bit in time here. Lewis and Clark expedition to stay in 1805. We did study that in school. Talked about the Gettysburg Address. Brenda, 1942, Operation Uranus. The Soviet offensive begins. In the Battle of Stalingrad, 1 million soldiers encircled the German 6th Army. So there you go.
Exit only. Exit only.
1960, Samuel Goldfish, Edgar and Archibald Selwyn established Hollywood's Golden Pictures. Goldfish later changed his name to Goldwyn. Well, why not be a goldfish? So, 1990 on this today. Pop duo Milli Vanilli are stripped of their Grammys because it's learned they did not sing at the award-winning "Girl, You Know It's True." So they did not. Yeah, that's right. They did not sing it. Somebody else
lip synced it. Yeah, they lip synced it.
So what's different today? We have AI artists. There's a song on country right now that's like number one.
It's allowed now. It wasn't allowed back then. It was supposed to be pure and natural. They started the stream of lies.
Whatever Daddy wants, Daddy gets.
The U.S. Supreme Court.
Whatever Daddy wants,
okay, I get it.
Daddy gets. Whatever Daddy wants.
Gotta let it play out.
That's exactly what Daddy gets.
Right.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Today in 1953, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 7-2 that baseball is a sport and not a business. Why do we need the Supreme Court to tell us that?
Why do we need instructions on a shampoo bottle that says don't drink?
Yeah, don't drink. Yeah, how does?
Okay. Calm down.
Today in American history, inventor Frederick Blasdell of Philadelphia patents the self-sharpening paper-sheathed pencil, commonly known as a China marker. 1895. What the hell is that? I don't even know what the hell that is.
Don't know.
A self-sharpening paper-sheathed pencil. Okay. Known as the China marker. So Wendell says it will continue to hurt as long as you call it an entrance, Brenda.
You little sick bastard. Be quiet.
Oh, God. 1703, the man in the Iron Mask died. An unidentified prisoner known only as the man in the Iron Mask died in the Bastille, Paris, France. Legend has it that the man wore a black velvet mask for 34 years. He was imprisoned and no one ever saw his face. Upon his arrest in 1669, he was placed in a special cell with double doors so no guards would see him while delivering food. His true identity remains a mystery to this day, though a French philosopher, Voltaire, claimed that he was an illegitimate older brother of King Louis the 13th, right? No, 14th. Yeah, 14th.
He was probably somebody important, and they just didn't want him to.
Interesting. How did they know he was really in there? So
I know, right? How they know it wasn't like 10 different guys, and each time somebody want to take a break, somebody else puts it on. What kind of bullshit is that?
I don't know. Wendell says on a condom, it says it this way.
Well, that was Randy that said that.
Oh yeah.
With my Trojan man.
1961, Michael Rockefeller vanished. Great-grandson of Standard Oil co-founder John D. Rockefeller disappeared off the coast of Dutch New Guinea. 2 days prior, the dugout canoe he was in had overturned 3 miles from shore after drifting for hours. He decided to swim for land. He told his companion, "I think I can make it," and was never seen. He was declared legally dead in 1964 because they never found his body. This day in 2002, America, the same day as the Gettysburg Address, we gave up all of our freedom. The Department of Homeland Security was created in 2002. Following the attacks of 9/11. And by the way, I should have covered this in a story. One of the members of Congress, I think it was a New York, somebody that they're putting in office, his cabinet in New York was Mama Dami, or whatever the hell his name is, was saying that 9/11 occurred because of white men. Yeah.
Well, it can't always be wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, her argument is okay. 2017, Charles Manson died. Well, yeah, don't get me going on that. It's a bunch of shit. We talked about the Gettysburg Address. Why does he look like he's giving himself up? I would love to have seen the address. So you can watch it now on AI. So it's just as good. So.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that, Wendell. Wendell said, "Did you know that condoms have serial numbers on them?" What?
Why does Wendell know this?
I don't know.
1977, Egypt's President Anwar Sadat becomes the first Arab leader to visit Israel. In 1985, Reagan and Gorbachev from the Soviet Union met for the first time. They began their summit in Geneva. They were lifelong friends. Kenneth Starr testified before the House Judiciary Committee during impeachment hearings against Bill Clinton on this date in 1999. One of the worst brawls in sports history, Ron Artest, now known as Meta, and Steven Jackson of the Indiana Pacers charged into the stands and fought with the Detroit Pistons fans after a fan threw a drink at them, forcing the officials to end the game with 45.9 seconds left. So
I don't care. I hope somebody got beat up.
Yes, I got mine down that far. Okay, I don't know what the hell they're saying. Whatever. It's International Men's Day, Brenda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Botox Cosmetic Day, Discovery of Puerto Rico Day, Educational Support Professionals Day, Garfana Settlement Day, Geographic Information Systems Day, GIS Day, International Journalist Day, Monaco, good Lord, Champ Day is their day. This is just their day. Today is also National Camp Day. Go camping, Wendell. National Carbonated Beverage with Caffeine Day. Why do we have so many days?
Oh my God, something that makes sense. Okay.
National Educational Support Professionals Day. National Have a Bad Day.
I'm in.
Why is that on Men's Day?
I'm down because it's women that are having the bad day. So
National Integration Day, National Lewis Day. Hello, Lewis. National Play Monopoly Game. I was never good at that. SIG Day, Women's Entrepreneurship Day. It was so good they got 2 of them. It's World COPD Day, and we're going to talk about this in the news, but it is World Toilet Day. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is World Toilet Day.
It is. The world is getting flushed down a toilet day. That's what it is.
We're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. Any other birthdays that we're interested in? Let's skip up to closer to Brenda's timeline here.
Oh, shut the hell up.
There aren't many people born today. Jack Dorsey, he was the co-founder of Twitter, now known as X. Meg Ryan. Let's see. Matt Sorum, a drummer for Guns N' Roses. Robert Beltran from Star Trek Voyager. John Cora, drummer for Paul Revere and the Raiders. You remember them, don't you, Brenda?
Barely.
Yeah, I remember them. Did they do? I don't know. Have a bad day. Equal Opportunity Day. Geographic Information Systems Day. We talked about that. Men's Day. National Blow Bagpipes. Brenda, have you ever blown the bagpipe?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name. Oh.
Just tell me he was Scotch. That's all I need to know. National
Don't have to wear that skirt.
National, well, it's easy access. National Zinfandel Day. Oh God, what else? We're going through this World Toilet Day. I just can't. We have a day for toilets, so.
Why? Why?
Brenda, you're the only woman I know that pees standing up. So.
Well, I don't have two legs in the way. I just, lift the nub, shoot sideways. There we go. We're good.
Don't be silly. Protect your willy.
Remember to wear a condom. For useful advice to help you through the day.
Wake up, Australia. Chris says it was Jim Bagpipes. Wendell says, I don't know why Wendell is talking about my wee-wee, but he says, I used to wear finger condoms and they were large. I got a story about that, but that's another story.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see. We'll just move on because we don't care. Today's almanac. It's the 323rd day of 2025, the 59th day of autumn. That's a lie. Well, next week it's going to be bitterly cold, and a week after that it's going to be even bitterly colder. So, today's fact: the number of sets of quintuplets, sextuplets, and septuplets born in the United States increased from 13 in 1990 to 80 in 2009 with the increased use of fertility drugs. There you go, Brenda.
Right. That's right.
Modern science. It's helping people out. So let's see here. Oh, we didn't mention today that Ann Curry, it was her birthday. So, okay, it was Ann Curry's birthday. Today's quote, my definition of a friend is somebody who adores you, even though they know the things you're most ashamed of. It's by Jodie Foster. I guess, Brenda, that would make you my friend. So,
yeah.
13,607 is today's number. Play that on the lottery. It's the number of words in the speech Edward Everett, the keynote speaker of the Gettysburg dedication ceremony. Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address was fewer than 300. So there you go.
I think they ought to do with Congress. Just give them all glow in the dark condoms and turn the lights off and let them fight it out in the room.
32 days until winter begins. All right, Brenda. What does it mean to pull out all of the stops?
Everything goes. Anything goes.
Anything goes. Is that your final answer? Is that
sure? Why not?
You want to ride on that hill? You sure about that? All right.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see what we got.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Means to put all efforts and energies in something in order to have it succeed. It originally referred to an organ player, not that kind of organ, Brenda, who must manipulate the numerous types of stops of the instrument to achieve the desired musical effect. Usually it involved both hands, both feet, and several keyboards. Good Lord. It's like
everything goes.
If all the stops were pulled out, so many traditional organ volumes would be intolerable. Okay.
I think it would sound nice.
Wendell wants you to send in pics.
No, Wendell.
Word of the day, wallop. A quick rolling movement. A gallop, to boil with continued bubbling or heaving or rolling with noise. So there you go. That's a gallop and a wallop. So you know the difference. Chris is pulling out. It's not participating in National Condom Day. Brenda, it's the best day to can your vegetables and prune your trees. Remember to go trim after we're done here, Brenda. Let's see. We'll get to that in a minute. Say this is where I screwed up yesterday. I pulled up the wrong screen. What we got here? Yeah, here we go. We'll start with this. NASA claims today they're going to release something. We're going to keep an eye on them because, we don't believe them, but they're going to do something. Let's see. No, the Senate's still on break. Didn't they just get back in? Senate, what's coming? No, Congress. They're doing a vote. They're doing a vote to motion to continue.
Glenn,
they're voting on a motion to proceed the consideration. Boy, that's some legal terms of the resolution of disapproval of a rule. What
I'm
the
gonna
hell
choke
does
you
that
like
mean?
a bobblehead, Glenn. Get that off of there. We don't care. Okay, 3-eyed Atlas. Okay, wait.
NASA is going to release new images today. Will they unveil evidence of alien origin? Are we ready for it, Brenda? So it's coming. The Manhattan-sized comet that we've referred to for months now, 3-eye Atlas, the much-awaited high-resolutional snaps as it streaks through our solar systems. Now, the Harvard scientist Avi Loeb believes the image could potentially shed light on their artificial origins. It's going to be interesting if there's any evidence for new objects that either accompanied them. Well, hell, how would we know? We just found our new moon the other day.
I think all they're doing is hyping up Project Bluebeam.
Well, that's where the aliens get us, isn't it? So
well, they got to come up with
eye-opening photos is what they're calling it. They're eye-opening. Okay. So they said they were taken during numerous agency missions. They're going to be unveiled today at 3 p.m. Eastern. Eye-opening. Man, they are hyping this, aren't they?
I'm telling you.
Oh, well. Hey, we'll be live. So if they come live and say, hey, there's an alien ship above, we'll just switch.
We see a guy with antennas hanging up the side of the rock waving.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be live and we'll talk about that. The new images show, well, guess what? Its tail's getting bigger and brighter.
And it'll take colors here soon.
It's just, then they're just gonna come out and go, nah, psych, it's just a rock.
Yeah, by the time it gets here, it'll be the size of a quarter. We're all right.
Sharper, more, well, if it hits Earth, it'd be better that way. What does he say in the picture on the right? Got Glenn distracted. What's he talking about? It's a person weed eating. I don't know. Yeah, the latest images show that the tail is now more visible, it's brighter, and it's longer. I guess it's good to have tail, huh? I don't know.
Okay.
So is that an alien rocket ship right there? See, here's the thing. That we just saw this picture of a gray blob. Didn't look anything like this. So is this the one or is that the one? Which one's the real one?
They don't know.
Don't know.
They're lying.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when the government tells us. This was trending over on our friendly platform X. I don't know why it's trending because it doesn't seem like it shouldn't even be a thing. Yeah. Citizens of Dearborn, Michigan are complaining that we're not heard because the mayor is not listening. And so now he is facing some accusations of dismissing them as the mosque broadcast controversy grows. So what began as a handful of noise complaint over the mosque loudspeakers' call to prayer has grown wider and is now a dispute over trust, transparency, and whether Dearborn's leadership is applying city rules evenly or ignoring residents who say the volume is disrupting daily life. Well, now, to be fair, are they using our court system or Shira law? I never thought I would say this in a sentence. Mayor Abdullah Muhammad, or Hamamadid. Why?
Say it again.
Abdullah Hamamadad, whatever the frick his name is. Speaking on the Not From Here podcast earlier this month, downplayed the rising number of complaints, calling the issue not a problem and describing concerns as a very, very few. Residents who raise the concern say the characterization is inaccurate and unfair. The controversy stems on a nearby mosque broadcasting Adahan multiple times a day, including early morning. Several residents told Fox News Digital they began hearing noticeably louder broadcasts in 2023 and believe this city would intervene. Instead, they were brushed aside. So, feeling dismissed and angry, residents are now recording it and going to take them to court and probably overturn their mayor. Well, I doubt they'll do that because, well, yeah, at any rate. Why is this an issue? What?
People don't want to be woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I mean, no. That's not what I'm saying. You know, I can see. Jesus Christ. Celebrate your. Oh, yeah, God. I'll just get a hit on me. Speaking of that, what does it mean for Saudi Arabia to be declared a major non-NATO ally? As you can see, President Trump holding the Muslim Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salam's hand in the White House. He took him on a personal tour last night of the White House, including the private areas.
Oh.
U.S. is designating Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally as the Crown Prince, the abbreviation they're using is MBS, so I'll go with that, visited the White House. It will make it easier for us to share military technology with Saudi Arabia and increase security cooperation. It is symbolic of close ties between the two countries. We're taking our military cooperation to even greater heights by formally designating Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally, which is something that is very important to them, according to U.S. President Donald Trump at the dinner last night for Prince Mohammed. Now, didn't we just give Qatar permission to pretty much be on a base with us and have their own military base here? Didn't we just do that? So now we're going to have a Saudi base? Isn't that what got a lot of people in Pensacola injured? I'll leave it at that.
I got no answers, man. I don't know what he's doing. He does things for a reason. I'm not. I don't.
That's what
I
money.
cannot. Yeah.
Money. So,
well,
19 countries are already designated as this: Argentina, Australia, Bahrain, Brazil, Colombia, Egypt, Israel, Japan, Jordan, Kenya, Kuwait, Morocco, New Zealand, Pakistan, the Philippines, Qatar, South Korea, Thailand, and that one. But I want this treaty to such without a formal designation or treaty. So we're going to give all these people permission to come over here and build bases. So, well, what are the benefits, Brenda?
Well,
you may ask?
I don't know. I mean, I know we have bases all over their places, but I have no idea what the benefit would be, to tell you the truth.
One of the benefits, major non-NATO allies are eligible to enter into agreements with the U.S. Department of Defense to collaborate on research and development for defense equipment and munitions. They're also eligible for loans of material, supplies, equipment for cooperative research, development, testing, or evaluation, and can be considered for purchases of depleted uranium ammunition. Say what? It also allows companies with as in MNNA, as with NATO nations, to bid on contracts for maintenance, repair, overhaul the Department of Defense and equipment held outside the USA. Money, money, money.
I don't. You know what? I really foresee them getting rid of NATO. Honestly, I do.
What do they call? I'm one of the ones that just believes we should pull ourselves out, protect us here, and screw the rest of the world. So,
you know, if every country did that and just worried about their damn selves, we wouldn't have to have a Department of War. Nobody would.
No, we would still need a Department of War to protect ourselves, because there's always going to be angry people.
Oh, yeah, there's always going to be that one asshole friend that they take somewhere, you know?
Speaking of asshole friends, Wendell wants to know how close the Muslim city in Michigan is to the Canadian border. So, and Denise, you're correct. I don't see how he's going to get booted, but yeah, you're correct. And you're right. Money. That's what it all is. So yesterday we were anxiously awaiting for it, and the House voted, and we debated, would the Senate actually take it up? Well, hell, the Senate talked about it and pushed it right through. So I'm sorry, wrong article. I was already pissed off about that one. I got to get pissed off at this one. So the House votes to repeal provisions in the bill that they just passed to end the shutdown that allows senators to sue over phone data. Remember this one, Brenda, the one that gave them each $1 million?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. So they're going to vote on today whether to repeal the provision in the bill that ended. Why? See, this is a waste of our time. Why in the F did you put it in there to start with, you dumbass Lindsey Graham? God almighty. Provision benefits 8 Republican senators whose phone record were accessed. So it's 8 senators we're talking about. It's going back to the J6 stuff.
Screw the senators. Do you know how many of us regular people they do that to?
Exactly.
I say we okay, I'm going to sue for $1 million because I know somebody's taking data off my phone.
Google takes data off her phone every day, for Christ's sake. Am I going to get $1 million?
True.
It's designed entirely to protect United States senators.
Oh, well, they're a bunch of bitchy babies. You know what the problem is?
They weaponized a bill to make money. That's what they did. They should actually be brought up in front of the House and go, all right, explain your actions, dumbass, because that is out of order.
Yeah.
You weaponized a bill. You knew we had to pass this, and so you weaponized this to your benefit. What the same hell is that?
Crying ass babies.
We hear music. Oh, here it is. This is what the music is. I got to mute the music. The live event is starting soon.
NASA's going to show us a movie.
So NASA is going to show us the alien. I'm going to die if the screen goes staticky and a little gray pops up and goes, "Hey,
shit. My alarms are going off outside."
What alarm is that?
I don't know. I live next to a base, so you tell me. Hang on, give me a minute.
Is that an air raid?
Yes.
Holy shit. Why is there air raids going off in Texas at the same time NASA goes live? Oh shit. We need to.
I know, can you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh my God.
Does that ever happen? Is this like something that's ever happened before?
A few times. Usually when we're going to have tornadoes, but I don't see nothing.
I don't think there's any.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's okay. Thank you for letting us know. Damn.
Well, I don't know what to do. So these guys look relatively calm, so we must not be invaded. So we'll come back to them. We'll wait for the picture show. I really would rather know why we're having air raids there. That's bad. So anyhow, the senators are wasting.
Jack said it is the raid sirens.
Yeah,
Damn Fort Hood.
Yeah, we can hear it. Are we being invaded? What's going on, Brenda? Tell us live. Tell us live. I'm going to X on my phone real quick to make sure we're not under attack. Well, you're down there close to Texas. Maybe Mexico said they're tired of us. So I don't know. That is weird. Anybody got any clue what's going on? I'm putting it in X to see if I see anything pop up. But,
I think that they were just maybe they were just testing to make sure.
Oh well, yeah. Don't they test Wednesdays or something?
No, they never just are on a schedule. Most of the time when they do it like either really early in the morning or in the evening time. But
growing up, I remember they used to have them like on tests like at Wednesday at noon or something. So maybe that's
Windows said I farted. No, actually I didn't. I'd have claimed it if it would have set off the alarms. Good God.
There's nothing on X about it. So I don't know. Well,
I live next to a base. They do stupid shit all the time. I think you guys have been live with me before, Glenn, when they've had the tanks out there in the field and all you hear is boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I've heard that. So,
yeah.
Air raid siren it's kind of
that was kind of a strange time. So
yeah, but it did hit at the top of the hour. What time is it there?
It is 1:03 now. So yeah, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it did hit the top of the
2
hour.
o'clock.
So I don't know. So
what happened with NASA? What the hell are they doing?
I don't know. I got distracted with you. They're talking. So
shutdown constraints.
We're gonna
what that comment is, because we think the universe is a magical place, and we're
gonna have a lot of
treasure,
excuses.
and we spend all of our time trying to make sure that we explore that and share with you as much as we can. In fact, we want very much to find signs of life in the universe. In fact, just a few months ago,
they're here already.
What we think might be the
he looks shady, doesn't
from ancient life.
Yes.
On
Mars.
He's glitching.
Roving the planet for 30 years to look for those things. That is something that's really important for us to learn about and discover. It could be an amazing discovery.
Or it could be one that kills us. So we'll get back. I'm here for the pictures, dude. That's all I'm here for. I'm here to see the gray. Little gray.
Yeah, show us the pictures that you guys created.
Let's see. We talked about that already. You got me all sidetracked here. So did you hear this, Brenda? Yesterday, 6 Democrats did a video. I'm not going to air it here because I think it's quite disgusting. Calling on the military to refuse illegal orders. So Defense Secretary, wouldn't it be War Secretary Pete Hegseth reacted to the video, which 6 Democrats. And here's the thing, they all have military and intelligence backgrounds. They urge service members to defy illegal orders by the Trump administration amid National Guard deployments in the U.S. and with strikes on targets in the Caribbean.
Now,
they said, and I'm quoting them. Hold on, I want their quote in here. Threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan and Mark Kelly of Arizona, Representative Chris Deluzio and Chrissy Haluan of Pennsylvania, and Maggie Godlander of New Hampshire said in the video, which was titled, "Don't Give Up the Ship." So we have 6 senators who have military backgrounds telling our military to defy orders.
Isn't it illegal for them to do that to begin with?
And they're using the quote, "Don't give up the ship." Do you know what historically that meant, by the way? Where that quote comes from? There's a military commander on the banks of Baltimore, and they were losing the battle. In fact, they lost all of their command staff. So the political significance of that one quote goes back to a reference in the Civil War of losing an entire command staff. And this was by 6 U.S. senators who were supposed to be highly educated military and intelligence background.
Well, obviously, they know nothing about the Constitution, because the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because it's against our Constitution to let the illegals in.
I'm not arguing with you, but they're saying that they want the troops to defy orders and not go to the streets. They want the troops to defy orders and not kill the narco terrorists. So
Yeah,
I hope this ends really badly with them. But they posted this all over on X, TikTok, and Hegseth responded to them and said they had stage 4 TDS, which is trunk derangement syndrome. This to me that is sedition. I don't know the legal definition, but that is sedition to me. So we need to trust our military at all times, but when you have sitting lawmakers who go in there and do things like this, and
that's what
they need to be brought up.
That's what's planting this stupid shit in these people's heads.
Yeah,
when they do shit like that, and all that's going to do is get people hurt.
They're encouraging them to do treason, basically.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about us.
No, they're up in the glass castle. They don't give two rats' asses about us.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was right. They don't really care about us.
Yeah, and so they're up in their glass castle. They're never going to be touched. So. Yeah, so I mean, there are
never throw stones.
If you've ever been in a military or paramilitary organization, you know there are times when you can defy an illegal order, but by God, when you're going out and saying to defy the president, that's a little bit step out of line. So, so the UN stepped up today with World Toilet Day, and they are blaming climate change for our flushing failures. UN was the one that declared it World Toilet Day, by the way. So
UN's going down the toilet.
Meaning that we're making sanitation less available across the planet. So we must ensure that toilets are accessible to all. Oh, well, yesterday they were saying that if you drink a cup of coffee, you're I don't drink coffee, so I just tuned it out. But they were saying something to the extent that you're putting so much pollution in the environment by drinking that one cup of coffee that you're killing the world. Together, we must ensure toilets are accessible to all, resilient to floods, droughts, or other climate shocks, minimize the greenhouse gas emissions, and supported by a strong system and sustained environment. Now, I can agree with most of that because having seen, even DC, when their system backs up, they just dump it in the toilet.
Now you got me started.
Dump it in the Potomac. So Atlanta's system is so old it breaks routinely and just spews sewage on the streets.
Yes.
I can agree with some of that.
So here it is. So instead of spending all of this money on other countries, put that shit back in ours and fix our systems if that's a problem. The second thing is stop poisoning our fucking food. We wouldn't have such toxic shit.
Wow.
Just saying.
Well, you okay, Brenda? You need to.
Yes. They just piss me off because they're just stupid.
Brenda, they're auctioning off a gold toilet.
Well, there you go.
Mrazno Catalinin. He called it America. It's 233 pounds of gold. It's going to have a starting asking price of $10 million. Maybe Trump will buy. Who the hell needs a golden toilet? Jeez.
I don't know. I would melt it down.
Actually, we have a story about a golden toilet coming up. So.
Oh, God.
Sean Duffy, you might know him. He is our Secretary of Transportation. He says that there's supposedly 194,000 commercial driver's licenses. That's the people who drive the big rigs that are passing us at 90 miles an hour. are issued to foreign truckers. And remember, here recently, the court stopped and said, no, you can't make it illegal for them to not have one.
For God's sake.
What a great country we live in. So the person driving that big rig beside you may not speak English. They may not know a damn thing besides for gas and go. So, please, Christ. So yesterday, here we go. We'll talk about this because this is all I want to talk about in the news. Epstein. I'm so sick of the story. So it made it through Congress and it went through Senate surprisingly quickly, and it is now sitting on the president's desk. But a lot of people didn't catch, and I should have pulled it up. There's some little, what do you call them? Asterisks and number signs in the citations that go down to smaller fine print in this bill. It's a clean bill. They didn't put any shit in it, that's for sure. But they gave themselves outs. If you paid attention and you read it, they gave themselves outs. And Trump has said that he's going to sign it if it passes, which has been a change from the past, but he's now going to sign it. There was only one person who voted against it, and everybody's like, well, do you have something to hide? He gave an honorable reason for not voting for it because he said there wasn't enough provisions to protect children in it, that they should have put something in there about not exposing minors and stuff like that. And I don't disagree. So, but he was the only one person in the House and Senate to vote against it. So, now they're saying that Trump is pulled deeper into this scandal because of emails that the House Oversight Committee Democrats have pulled out, referring to him as the dog that hasn't barked. So,
didn't that already come out that they were false?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that comes out, but they do circular conversations.
Oh God.
Trump says he has no problem signing it, so we'll see if he actually signs it or if he vetoes it. I don't know that there's anything been scheduled formally because I'm sure this will be a big deal. They want the media there. Trump says we will give them everything. So Adam Schiff, the talking penis, he says America deserves to know what evidence Epstein had that could take down Trump.
Yeah, well, I got news for him.
Does he? Yeah, it doesn't talk about any of them.
He might want to be careful because
Prince Andrew, Michael Wolff, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, they were all in emails. So it won't just be Trump. So be careful what you wish for there, Senator. So
he might even be have some of them emails.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's move on here. But here is going to be the little catch. They aren't going to release all this because Pam Bondi is going to be the one to have all the decisions. Now, she is probably going to face a lot of heat for this, but she is the one that can scrutinize and say yes or no. So what we're going to get is probably documents with a bunch of black blocks on them. You know?
What we should get is a bunch of people lined up in handcuffs.
Shit, skip that and go right to the gallows, in my opinion. Do something to a child. You should be, well, all right. So if there's another show that's here on live, and he put a lot of dots together that I found interesting. And I forgot about this, but somebody, an important leader in Israel, hopped on a jet, flew over here unexpectedly, went to the White House, had a meeting with Trump off of the calendar unexpectedly, and immediately got back on the plane and flew back to Israel. And the next day, this was a hoax. All of this was a hoax. Nothing to see here. Was the official storyline that came out of the White House. Think about that. So some people are speculating, and it's quite possible that some other intelligence agency from another country may have eyes on Mr. Epstein, and he may not be where we say he is.
Right.
And that would open up another whole shit can.
Hey, I've always said it. If it's a mysterious then it's a lie.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're all going to be redacted. Pam Bondi is going to be. Here's the other thing: they're using the national security clause.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Why does he have anything to do with national security, Brenda? He's just a guy.
But they're going to take this into court, and in the middle of all of this, with people there all over the place, that asshole's going to walk in and wipe the floor with all of them. Epstein going to come walking through the back door of the judge's thing and point them fingers, and then turn around and point out the people that wanted him dead. Watch.
Well,
I'm just saying,
he would have to have a lot of security to do that. So,
just saying.
Yep. So we're gonna get something, but just be prepared. It's gonna be a big flop. So
yeah,
this was the headlines yesterday. We got him this time. Kara Swisher predicts the walls are finally closing in on the Trump presidency. So
oh my God. Yeah.
We finally got him because he's in a picture with him. We finally got him because he's in a picture.
Years ago.
Wasn't another former president pictured with him?
Oh, yeah. In a dress.
Yeah. Just ask for a friend. No. So apparently, a quote from the White House has leaked out that Trump said, "You think we're not going to make a scene?" And Trump is now plotting a new wave of revenge. This is from the White House over the fact that it went through about and only had one person voting against it. Apparently, Trump is furious about this, and now he's saying that people are going to come under siege for this. We know Plaskett, she was brought up on charges in front of. We listened to part of that yesterday. Well, what happened was they had a recess. They had the vote, and it would have censored her, impeached her, demoted her, whatever the hell it would have done. They had a meeting, and some of them went to lunch with her, and maybe she had dirt on them or something. They came back and said, "No, it ain't passing." So yeah, don't let him go on break. And then Larry Summers, the former Secretary Treasurer, well, he's resigned, and he was also on the board of OpenAI because apparently him and Epstein were like buddy, and he used him for dating assistance or advice or something. So now Harvard is investigating him. So apparently that dude was a bad dude. And I don't know why I'm having to read this headline, but it comes to us from the New York Post. This is a quote from their headline. Jeffrey Epstein had a tiny, extremely deformed penis shaped like a lemon, according to one victim. I don't know.
Nobody has his body, so we can't find out.
I guess it would be easy to identify. I don't know. Jesus. Why do we even have to hear?
Because the whole system is corrupt, and the whole damn thing needs to be burnt down before anybody can rebuild it. That's why.
Why don't they just say he's in jail? So, and as this says, be ready for the next revelation to fall flat, because it's either going to take such a turn that it's national security or being investigated by other sources or minor children. All we're going to get is pages with black boxes on them. That's my thought. We're not going to get anything. If we get anything, I would be shocked. In fact, I would be more open to the aliens coming. Are they showing pictures? Oh, geez. That's the best picture you got, NASA? Oh, come on. Jeez. You could have made that in Windows Paint 11 or shit.
I did something like that in elementary school.
So, yeah. So be ready. This is going to be a big fall. But I did want to bring so here is the island, the little St. James Island right here. Wish I could have drawn a circle around it. But I do want to point out something. The correlation to, just watch this little tiny dot. We're going to zoom out here. The correlation to it, we'll zoom in out a little bit more. I will zoom out a lot, actually. And so what do we have here? So when you zoom out, we have Puerto Rico, not far. We have the U.S. Virgin Islands, not far. Zoom out a little bit more and pan south. And what is that right there? That's Venezuela.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say somebody did have eyes on a certain person.
Yeah.
We have ships all along this outer band of the Caribbean and all within an inner band. And on Puerto Rico and in the American Virgin Islands, we have tens of thousands of U.S. military troops waiting for a phone call. So if such a person did exist and they were hidden somewhere down there in a military operation, it might be easy to hide a certain person being eliminated.
Well, if that person's around, I'm going to tell you right now, he's underground.
Well, maybe he's on an island. I don't know. You could be underground in an island. I've done it in Bermuda. Because I called my wife. I said, "You know where I'm at? I'm on a rock in the middle of an island, and I'm in a hole in the middle of that rock in a cave. And I still got cell service. Yay!" Yeah. So, yeah. So that's just a thought. Just a thought. Here in a minute.
Could possibly be onto something.
I mean, here in a minute, I'll show you where a military is. Well, I mean, I can't say exactly where they are, but I can show you close guesstimates. And we pretty much got this area of the Caribbean sealed off.
Yeah.
So we're in Colombia too. Supposedly, CIA is already on the ground. I'm just throwing it out there. Anybody that wants to come visit me, I'm just a guy doing some simple open source.
He's going to walk into court and testify.
White House slams Democrats saying that these people are sick. So Trump White House called them out, shrugging off all the stuff that they're dropping on him, saying that these people are sick. So, yeah, we'll just keep moving. We blocked the censure of Stacey Plaskett, which we discussed. That was probably the most ghetto I have ever heard on the House floor.
I know, right?
They had a meeting, and they come back and said, "Oh no, she had dirt on them." I bet you. So, well, next, unless they defy orders, troops are going to be going into New Orleans. So it's Port City, so they're going to be going in down there apparently starting December 1st. Yeah. So good for them. I would hope we're already there if we're talking about it. So, and just so everybody knows, I am for all law enforcement officers to work within the framework of the law. And apparently an ICE employee was arrested for sex trafficking, of all places, Minnesota. Was one of 16 people charged soliciting sex from a 17-year-old girl. So, and he tried to get off by saying he was ICE and he had a free pass. No, buddy, you do not.
Well, yeah, I don't think so.
You need to go straight to a different kind of jail. So he told them when he was arrested, "I'm ICE, boys. Just pass." And they were like, "Yeah, well, too bad. You're going to jail." In Operation Creep, they rounded up 16 people. Local law enforcement there in Minnesota did. Good for them. And I don't care who he works for. Even, we used to call it flashing the badge. If we got pulled over or something, they're like, "We can flash the badge." Never in one time in my career did I do that. And
I still have mine, and I don't even carry it on me. It stays here at the house.
Mine's on a shelf in the china cabinet. Actually, I ought to bring it here and put it up. But mine, it's no big deal. I mean, I got my employee ID, retirement ID that I carry in my wallet, but right. And I don't know why. It's I'm going to get a discount at McDonald's or anything, but I always carried an ID with me on duty, and so when I retired and I got the retired ID, I know just took its place.
I know when I was in uniform, if I walked into an In-N-Out, I got my meals free, which I didn't like. I was like, no, I can pay for it. Nope, no, you're not.
See, I have a problem with that. because I was at a Captain D's. I was at a Captain D's in Georgia here. We were on duty, and it was on the ambulance and engine. We showed up to have lunch, and PD was there in front of us. They're ringing them up, and they got their free food. And then I was next in line, and rings me up, and I've got my wallet out ready to pay. And she said, "Oh no, it's free." And the manager turns around and says, "No, it's not free for firemen and ambulance people. It's only free for people."
What?
And I was like, really? 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 But I mean, I was polite. I paid my bill and went on, but I just thought it was incredibly rude.
That was rude. That was wrong.
No, it's free. No, wait a minute. You was $12.39 for that fish sandwich. So yeah. Cops sitting there going back for seconds. That's why they're all fat. In Idaho, mayor is do what?
I said, "Hey, watch it."
That's why I can't get a cop to co-host because all right. Idaho mayor is facing backlash after a child's death involving an illegal immigrant. Boise Mayor Lauren McLean is facing criticism for issuing a statement that did not reference the immigration violation after an 18-year-old girl was killed by a man that was identified by ICE as an illegal alien. She was walking the streets sidewalk and was hit by a pickup and killed. So if she hadn't been here, the question remains, would she still be alive? It's a question. So Trump says that, or leaks say to the New York Times that Trump has approved covert actions in operations in Venezuela. Radel says he shows his badge in Vegas and eats with a 50% discount. Yeah, I never did that. So if they wanted to give me free food or ice cream, I would always offer to pay and thank them, but no, never did that. So, and supposedly Maduro has called and said that he would give up, and Trump's like, nah, not happening. So I don't know. That's another leak that came out. I didn't have a credible source for that. So
wait a minute. If he called and said that he will give up, that's fine. But something's got to be done about their drug cartels problem.
Yeah, I'm sure he if he did make an offer, I'm sure it wasn't one of, but he was just like, I'll give it. No, dude. So according to Inside MAGA diehards that are now speaking up on Trump, they're saying he is exhausted and his mental health is declining. So these are rumors that are going around after the vote because they say that he is exhausted because of this, because he attempted to keep it from coming out. But apparently there's people inside his inner circle that are leaking out that he is getting more and more exhausted and his mental health is deteriorating.
I got news for everybody. That man's like me. He's so ornery. He ain't going anywhere. He's probably going to outlive us all.
So now there's not only the Marjorie Taylor Greene feud, but so the White House is continuing to deny it and find any leaks, I'm sure. But then this article says, but since they lie about everything, those words mean nothing. So that's nice of them to word it that way. That is open source intelligence reporting right there. Fair and up the middle. So
yeah, right.
Comes to us from Salon and Raw Story, who are saying leaks to them. So Mexican president, she has rejected, apparently Trump offered some kind of military intervention and she's like, nah, hard pass. So all right, we'll see what happens there. So they offered some sort of military interventions and she denied it. So they dropped, we're going to speed this up a little bit, but James Comer made a remark yesterday that surprised Hakeem Jeffries about Epstein. He was talking about how him and Hakeem had several meetings together for donations.
Yep.
So, and by the way, that lady we were listening to that they were trying to censor, one of the Republicans she named had not been named before anywhere related to Jeffrey Epstein, and she was pulling him up because he was an ex. I think he was senator, maybe he's a congressman. I don't know for sure, but she was pulling him up because he was an ex-Navy SEAL, combat veteran, blah blah blah. That he had taken money from Jeffries. Well, girl, you need to do your homework. He come out and said, yes, I did take money, and I got counsel from a Jeffries, but it was a doctor. I'm sorry, not Epstein. I'm saying Jeffries. I'm stuck on Jeffries. No, he was saying she was accusing him of taking money from Epstein. And he said, well, yeah, I did. It was a doctor. He gave me money and medical advice. Was it
so
Jeffrey?
There's a Dr. Epstein and there's a J.D. Vance that is not the vice president.
Yes. Apparently there's a medical doctor that gave him medical advice and money. So, but yeah, she didn't have her facts straight. But, yeah. So yeah, supposedly I got sidetracked there. Supposedly Jeffries is now on the hot seat. I don't know. So the Baltimore Key Bridge accident apparently was preventable, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. They are blaming the whole tragedy on a wire that shorted out and caused the steering to fail, and they lost propulsion because of it. So it was basically just drifting and they couldn't stop it. It was a high voltage switchboard that one wire went out. So talked about a golden toilet. Well, guess who has a golden toilet? Who in real life has one?
Trump.
Zelensky.
Oh.
Zelensky.
What?
Why? I don't know. Trump may have a golden toilet. I don't know.
Well, Zelensky thinks he's special, so I can see him calling that his throne.
So this was trending. Dolly Parton, she is now entering into the truck stop business, and she's going to compete with Buc-ee's because she thinks that a Southern company should be. But isn't Buc-ee's Texas?
It started off, but it's going all over the place. But Buc-ee's doesn't have a truck stop. You're not allowed to have your trucks at Buc-ee's. So
I know that. I'm just reading the headline, Brenda.
She opens up one that's like a Buc-ee's where trucks can stop. Yeah, it might work out well.
Yeah, it's going to have all the glitter, everything. She says it's going to be better. Cleaner toilets. Buc-ee's the only time.
I don't know. Buc-ee's is clean.
Yeah, I've only been in one twice, but it was clean. Yeah, so
yeah.
And so, but you're right. She couldn't understand why Buc-ee's was rude for banning truckers, so she's welcoming them. So there you go. You had read the headline before I got to it, Brenda. So there you go. Hitting. Oh, wait a minute. FEMA finally updated. Whoa, that's impressive. So today and tomorrow, they're worried about excessive rainfall and flash flooding in the southern plains. There's nothing in the tropics. I'm surprised FEMA woke up today. Talking about our weather. Well, we talked about this yesterday. There's going to be snow, considerable snow in the higher elevations in Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. This also could affect parts of Nevada, Utah, and Idaho as well. All in the upper elevations with some significant high snow. As that front's pulling all that cold air off of the Pacific, it's coming down. It's going to dump snow in the higher elevations. So that's going to continue through tomorrow. And then tomorrow, Brenda, from the deep south where you are all the way up to the northeast can anticipate some heavy rains and possibly some thunderstorms and maybe some tornadic activity. So keep your eyes and ears open to the National Weather Service. And then Friday, it's going to continue moving to the northeast, and, well, it's going to dump on New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Well, it's going to be rain in the mid-Atlantic down to the south. But it's for the next couple days, that precipitation is going to be quite significant, specifically, like I said, on the West Coast today. And then as it moves across in the Great Plains and pulls all that air, probably a little updraft as it hits the deep south from the Gulf, and it's going to dump rain. And as the cold comes in, it's going to bring in some storms. So keep your eyes on that. They're worried about some high snowfall in the Midwest or in the West. Let's look at President Trump's schedule today. 9 a.m. everybody had to be there, but at 11:35, he was going into a speech. So at 11:30 this morning, it was actually 11:43. He went and gave a speech, apparently at the Kennedy Center. So you could only get in. I don't know if Penguin 6 will be there or not if you were pre-credentialed. And he's going to be there through most of the afternoon. It says he returned at 1:28, and they put a lid on it until 2:30. And so an hour ago, they put a lid on it, and they haven't said what they're going to be doing after that. So last night, he had the busy schedule where they had the receiving line. They had the formal state dinner for the Saudi crown prince. That was a big deal. Let's look at real quick at breaking news headlines. No, we know about that. New Orleans mayor-elect expresses concern over the crackdown. Trump and Vance visit an elementary school. That's probably going to be in Northern Virginia, if I had to guess. It's the First Ladies. They did tour a school in elementary school and did puzzles with the kids. Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Apparently they engaged in some good, meaningful conversation with kids and teachers. Good for them. And I want to also, I haven't covered this, but last weekend, Vice President Vance went to Tennessee, Knoxville specifically. And somewhere between the airport and his destination, it was a private party for a, I don't know, was it a wine company, or they make wine in East Tennessee. It was a private party that he was invited to. He's on the guest list. I'm sure it was probably some kind of fundraiser for him or something, but it was a private party, no press. In fact, it wasn't even announced. During the escort from McGee Tyson Airport to this facility in, I think it was Loudoun County, maybe Lenoir City, a Tennessee Highway patrolman was involved in an accident where it struck a city of Maryville police officer. Reports are that it threw the motorcycle officer about 25 feet in the air. When he landed, the civilians got to him immediately before law enforcement did and started providing CPR. He was flown to the University of Tennessee, which is a level 1 trauma center. I don't know why he was flown. He shouldn't have been that far, maybe because of traffic.
Probably.
But at any rate, he was taken to the University of Tennessee to the trauma center, went to immediate surgery, and reports are that as of last night, he was conscious, alert, and talking. Now, they haven't said anything about any type of conditions or anything. I'll update you on that. But what I wanted to get to on that specifically was Vice President Vance contacted the police chief for the city of Maryville that night and was in direct communication, gave him his personal cell phone, and has since called and checked in frequently, daily, at least once a day, to follow up the prognosis of the officer. And Vice President Vance not only wants to speak to him, he wants to return to East Tennessee to personally meet the officer. So that's the kind of people we have in office right there. It was a horrible accident, I'm sure. Nobody intended for it to happen. I'm sure a Tennessee Highway patrolman had no idea of striking. They haven't let out any information about the investigation. It was being handled by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and U.S. Secret Service. So there's no indication of what caused the horrible accident. The state trooper, he is okay. He was treated and released, but he's never going to be the same. So, you know, there is that. Whether or not he just made a error, or one of the two made an error, obviously it caused a horrible accident and it's changed lives forever. But my point is, we have a vice president that gave his personal cell phone number and told the chief of police to call him 24/7. That's the kind of person we have in office right there. You know, So I think that's important that people forget. They want to put all these titles that they did this, they did that. But when it comes down to the rubber meets the road, literally, in this case, you have a man that means something. He stands for something. So sorry, I got on a rant about that, but I hadn't reported on it previously because I didn't want to release much information about the officer. But supposedly he is now alert and talking. So I'll keep you updated on that. But that's the kind of vice president we have. He's personally taking responsibility for it. So let's see here. Let's go on here. Trump is pushing back on the MAGA feud, of course. We now have construction of the East Wing. That's the same picture my buddy did. I'm really surprised they haven't built some kind of walls to where you can't see. Because they're digging, so you can see how deep down they go. But
right.
At any rate, so the Saudi crown prince is still in town. They were there giving speeches. At any rate, so that's pretty much the news on that. Let's move on here. We talked about the weather. Let's talk about weather for our friends down under. Sydney, you're at 19 and possible late showers today. You're going to make it to a high of 24. Melbourne, you're at 12 right now. It's going to be partly cloudy and a high of 16. Brisbane, you're at 23. You're going to make it to 30 and be partly cloudy with no rain today. Perth, you are 18. Some possible storms and will be windy today. You're going to make it to 28. Adelaide, you're at 14. You're going to make it to 21, partly cloudy, but no rain, slight wind. Let's see. Hobart, you're at 10. Going to make it to 16. There's going to be some showers later in the day into the early afternoon. Canberra, you are at 15. You're going to make it to 26, and you're going to have showers on and off most of the day today. So hang tight. By the evening, they should be gone. Darwin, you got all kinds of warnings. You have a marine wind warning, the tropical cyclone. We talked about that yesterday, and flood watches. So please pay attention to your Bureau of Meteorology. You're currently at 25, and you're going to make it to 35. They're calling it partly cloudy with no rain, but keep an eye on that cyclone. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. In the lower 48, there could be some tornadic and high wind conditions in Texas, and that could extend over to Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas later today. Some of those storms could contain not only the high winds, but they could have some hail in them. We talked about the problem with the snow, and as we talked about on the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, California, Utah, and Colorado, Arizona, could all in the higher elevations see significant snow. We say significant, we're talking maybe feet. So there you go. We talked about that. Alaska. We look up here and along the west coast of Alaska. Well, you could anticipate some more heavy, probably freezing spraynados. So just hang on, Alaska. And for our friends in Alaska, we'll keep an eye on that, but you could have some significant precipitation later in the week. Today, it doesn't look like a lot of significant precipitation. Looking at warnings, we'll do current warnings real quick. We're running out of time here. What do we have there, Brenda? First up, top of the thing. Why is it always there, Brenda? Why?
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't understand.
If Andy ever says he's not sending those test messages, he's a lying, dog-faced pony soldier.
You should tell Andy he gets rare tear him on this show than a lot of people. So
yeah.
Chris says, catch up the chat here, 12-4 today. Avoid office at all costs to avoid signing the bill on my desk. No, actually, Chris, I think they're going to have a big ceremony about it. Whether he pulls out a golden veto or he pulls out a golden pin, I think they're going to have a golden ceremony. Yeah, Jesus. Colorado, winter weather advisory. In Arizona, California. Well, Arizona, you get the flood watches. California, that winter weather we talked about. You got a winter storm watch. And our friends in Alaska, winter storm with high wind warning. It's not a watch, it's a warning. Texas flood watch. God, I feel so sorry. I really need to dig in more into like see if Alaska's got their own Bureau of Meteorology or emergency management, and do some more homework on that, because those poor people up there. Utah, you also have a winter weather advisory, but it's all warnings for Alaska. Winter warning, freezing snow, rain, NATO. It's just going to be bad up there. Let's see here. Looking at the current radar and advisories, well, we do see that's high snow right now. It's occurring in the higher elevations of Utah and what is that? Colorado. Yeah, they're already getting some of that. So it's going to move in today and get even worse. And up here in the far northeast, that would be the far Midwest. Lake wind advisories, because that cold front is starting to come down. And that's what's going to be bringing the wind and weather. We don't see any other advisories. We did go over here to Australia, and we talk about in Darwin. Well, you have some storm force wind warnings and some gale force wind warnings to be paying attention to. So you're also under that tropical cyclone watch. So please pay attention to your Bureau of Meteorology. In Alice Springs, you have severe heat wave warnings, and that also extends over into Western Australia and into Queensland. So, and then over towards Brisbane, minor flood warnings. So pay attention over there towards Theodore Dawson River. You have some flood warnings. So check with your Bureau of Meteorology. Don't trust me. I'm just a guy. We will zoom in on Alaska a little bit here, and it's just all purple. Gale force warnings for the coast of Alaska. With heavy snow and freezing rain. Ugh. Right now, it looks like the worst electrical activity as far as storm-wise is down between Phoenix and Mexico. So that's sort of good news. We'll zoom out and go down to Australia and check and see. And really, there's a small cell between Sydney and Melbourne in New South Wales, but other than that, there's not a lot of electrical activity. Let's see, we looked at the radar. Am I missing anything here, Brenda? I'm moving a little quick today. Power. Oh, one thing we haven't done, Brenda, we haven't checked back in with our friends at NASA to see. Oh,
yeah,
she's excited about something. Hold on, I gotta bring the audio up.
Sorry, in the infrared, so it can kind of see the dark objects, and so I'm really excited about just sort of tracking it to the very end. Also noted we're downlinking data from missions. I mentioned Parker Solar Probe because I just heard before we came on that we got pictures, data and we'd seen the comet. I haven't had time to look at the data yet.
She hasn't had time to look at the data. Where the F have you been for 2 or 3 weeks?
We are.
I know, right? Taking a vacation.
We'll get back to her. She's annoyed me. Wrong button. We'll get back to her. She's annoying me. Button 1. Power outages. California right now, 11,978 without power. Michigan, you're next, and followed by North Carolina, Texas. Brenda, there's a lot of people down in Texas without power.
I know. They need to go somewhere.
Where do they need to go, Brenda? What is it you're trying to say, Brenda?
I don't know.
Boston.
Way too many.
Yeah, well, you've already got air raids going off. You got enough going on there. Let's switch this over to Fahrenheit real quick. Boston. High of 43, sunny skies today. You're going to be in the 40s most of the weekend, so nice for you. Going down to our friends in New York. High of 47, partly cloudy. By Friday, you could see some rain. High in the 50s. Chris says moving her hands so you don't pay attention to her words. Exactly.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. High of 49. That's going to pretty much be your high until the weekend when some rain moves in and it'll be slightly warmer. Atlanta, here in Atlanta, we're suffering at 78 degrees. Jesus.
It was 84.
Tampa, 82. What is it down in the Keys? What is it down in heaven right now? Huh? 77. Brenda, you need to buy me that condo I sent you in Key West. 77 degrees, sunny skies. It's going to be almost 80 all week down for the rest of the week down.
Whenever we get a hurricane, everybody has to pack up and move.
Pensacola, well, it's 77 degrees is your high, and going to be sunny skies and back in the 80s. God, why am I
used to live there, Randy. I miss it.
What is it in Vegas? Let's see what Vegas is. Where is Vegas? It's over here. 58 is your high. Sunny skies. Rainy. It's going to rain tomorrow, but only a little bit. You're going to be in the 60s all week. I'm jealous. San Francisco. It's going to be windy and 59. Rainy tomorrow and high of 59. Going to be the 60s.
They haven't sunk yet? Damn.
Seattle. It's high of 49, cloudy skies, and they're going to only be in the 50s with some. It's always going to rain in Seattle, so it just rains every day in Seattle. Let's see. We did the Australia weather already. We talked about the snow, and like I said, over on the West Coast, they're talking about feet, and by the end of the week, that'll be moving over to the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. So,
buy you a new shovel.
Let's look at water temperatures in Key West in Paradise right now. If you want to go to the beach in Key West and get in the water, it's 77. Actually, it's a misnomer. Key West has horrible beaches. That island does not have good beaches. So,
no.
Yeah. So if you want to go to the beach, don't go there. Go somewhere. Don't go to Pensacola. That's where I want to be. I can still abandon ship. When I realized not only is it too expensive to live in Key West, but then I realized that I'm closer to Cuba than I am a Walmart, and I was like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I had a friend whose husband was in the Coast Guard, and they were stationed down there.
Yeah, I was like,
maybe I'm gonna go parasailing today. I need to go to Walmart.
Yeah, you gotta catch a 2-hour ferry to get to Fort Myers or drive 100 miles. Yeah, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind being out in the country, but there's a difference. If there's a big storm coming, well, there's only one way in, one way out, and it's 2 lanes, brother. So,
that's correct.
Oh gosh, it's heaven, but no, I couldn't live there. Nothing brewing in the Atlantic right now as far as hurricanes. That season's about over. We go down to Australia though, and we talked about Fina. Is it Fina? Yeah. Fina, she's certainly right now she's moving 45 miles an hour with a category 1 tropical cyclone, and she's moving to the, what would that be, the northeast, I guess, but she's going to stop and turn, and they anticipate that she'll be a category 2 by then when she does make that turn. And that's where the trouble's going to be, is because she's going to turn back towards Darwin. Oh. And we'll see here the spaghetti model. From there, nobody really knows what's going to happen. But
no spaghetti.
Yeah, she's gonna make a turn and come back inland. Where the exact track is, or the category, is yet to be seen. So pay attention to the Bureau of Meteorology. But Google AI says it's definitely going to make a turn and come back on this.
Google knows it all.
Chris says, no, thank you. I'm not moving to a place where they have badass dinosaurs that laugh in the face of a hurricane. That is true.
No such thing as dinosaurs, Chris. They were all dragons.
No. We have a short clip of it. So Randy says, as a public service announcement, if there's any independent bands that want to get their music out there, come out to Channel 12. They're reviving a new MTV type thing. So there you go, Randy. Here's your PSA. Let's see. No, nothing there. Whoa, wrong button. Don't push that one. And
marbles. Look at that marble.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Except for up here in Alaska, where pretty much all 3 sides of you is death. Death and darkness. That's all you got. Death and darkness.
Oh my God.
Alaska. We'll drop back in. Oh, this guy, he looks happy, doesn't he?
And 3i Atlas is coming through at a speed of 60-something kilometers per second. So that's 3 times
right there blocking it
than the average of our local neighborhood.
So,
which is telling us that it's coming from a different population from what we have generally around us. Now, Sean will be able to clarify.
Yeah, it's coming from a different neighborhood. Yeah, see, they're all pointing at each other. He's going to be the one to tell you that the little aliens are coming. They're going to come and they're going to land on this little blue marble.
Is it just me, or were they all dressed like they were in the frickin' 70s?
Hold on.
I mean, look at the quality of...
They did all kind of give me that middle school teacher vibe.
Yeah, I mean, and the quality of what are they doing? Look, what are they doing?
I don't know. I think
how old is this recording?
This is live. This is live.
Okay, sure it is.
This is live on the NASA channel. So
I'm not buying it. I'm saying I'm calling bullshit.
Well, I mean,
take this opportunity to brag about our telescopes and the James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh, they want to brag about the telescope that won't give us any freaking pictures.
We have data from galaxies closer to the origin of the universe than we have data from rocks closer to the origin of Earth, right? In other words,
what?
If you pick up the
we have data from the origin of the universe.
Further away from the origin.
Well, then why the hell aren't you showing this?
Then
you can't show us a picture of a rock.
Between the origin of the universe and the earliest galaxies.
They're just using big words to confuse people because they actually don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Shut up.
You know, Brenda, you've been the one to drop the F-bomb more today than me. That's unusual.
I am just in one of them moods.
Yeah, well, there you go. The fire season, unfortunately, in the South is pretty bad right now in the Appalachia. I know Knoxville, up in northeast Knoxville, they had some big fires and up in the Smokies. They've managed to get most of them contained. So fire season is now over on the East Coast as opposed to the West Coast. And my stupid neighbors are still out there burning. I'd call the cops on them, but hell, the cops are already here, so they ain't gonna do nothing. So Chris said he had huge socks in bowling shows, and he doesn't look like he believes what he's saying.
That's right. That's right, Chris. I agree.
Do they not give you the look of high school or middle school, high school's era for our age in the 50s? Science teachers. Isn't that what they remind you of? Yeah.
They're dressed like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but how did you expect them to dress? Did you expect them to come out in a Space Force uniform or something?
No, but I mean, they could have dressed like they didn't dig in their grandpa's closet.
Well, at least the guy on the right has on a NASA embroidery.
Now she's a little more trendy.
Oh yeah, she's the spokesperson.
Find new images, detailed information, and resources
did we
by
miss
visiting go.nasa.gov.
Somebody go nasa.gov/3i
and by following NASA
I
Solar
want to see these
System
pictures
on social media.
Listen to more.
Oh, they're tuned out. All right, would you say go NASA 3i? Hold on a minute. Go NASA 3i. I'm on a rabbit hole.
Atlas.com.
Yeah, no, she brings me to Amazon. Jesus Christ, what the hell did I do?
Well, that's because that's where it's filmed, I'm sure.
This year, is this what we got? Oh, it's the same picture it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Go NASA 3i Atlas. All right, hold on, I'm here. Oh, we got a new blob picture.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
They're still going to share them.
It's a different color.
Where are the pictures?
That's them.
You said you're going to give us high definition pictures.
Yeah, that's them.
These are just
high definition for the.
I'm taking these with my cell phone, for Christ's sake.
Look at.
Well, we showed that one earlier. I thought we were going to have something new. I'm so annoyed. All right, we're out of time in Australia. I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. We will be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, to have that's 5 hours from wherever you are now on Radio X, and we have a great guest, a stealth camper. And we have, who else do we have, Brenda? We have the writer of Death Dog, the comic book. Death Dog. Yes, Death Dog. It's actually a pretty good comic. Go check it out. We'll be back. Brenda won't be. She doesn't like me. Me and Harley will be here tonight doing the Sportcat show where we have Sam and Bruce, the comic book writer. So great show for 2 hours tonight. Tune into that. Then Brenda and I'll be back tomorrow. But don't forget, 2 hours before our regular show, I will be on the Thin Line Rock Station spinning hits and talking shit. So come over there and listen to me on the Thin Line Rock Station, noon to 2 on the East Coast. Then come find me here at the Sportcat Show. Hit that thumbs button, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We love you. We'll see you soon. And soon. And for YouTube people, hang on.
Bye, everybody.
I can't go.
I'll be back tomorrow if I don't get on.
Hey, Australia. And we're off the radio, but we're still live on YouTube.
Glenn once again has no exit button.
I can't end, Brenda. So I can't end. The Senate is still out, in case you're curious.
You just wish that your
where's
life was like that.
Oh, the House is out there. The House is on break. Senate and House are on break. In NASA, they didn't show us shit. So disappointed.
And we're still going.
Yeah, and we're still going. So, all right, we're going to end this unless you got something corny to say, Brenda.
I've said all I could say.
Man, you've cussed a lot today.
I have.
Randy, hold on. We're going to push a button here, Sue. Brenda. Oh, hey, I'm here too. So I can end the stream now. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming over to the YouTube channel. We love all of you. Please come over and find us on Facebook and join the Sportcat Daily Gazette group and share your stories with us. So we will see everybody tomorrow at 2. Tune me in on the Finland Rock Station. I'll be